We've got it nice and sanded and cleaned and acetoned. So now it's just ready to put the epoxy in. And then, like I said, the hardware for this is on order. It should arrive tomorrow, which means that, hey, this will just dry overnight. And then when I'm back on the boat next, maybe tomorrow, maybe the next night, we'll just bolt it right back up. And it's gonna be amazing. You guys know I love new hardware, so I'm really, really excited. So this is Denso tape, anti-corrosion, sealing, and waterproofing. So it has really, really good reputation and good reviews. I've never used it, but what you're supposed to do with it is for things that you want to protect from corrosion and salt water, salt air, you just wrap it around whatever thing it is that you want to protect. For example, this stuff here is not stainless. See how shiny and like it's nickel coated something or other. Actually, let's do our test. That's probably aluminum. Never mind, that's not steel. That's probably aluminum. It's gotta be soft enough to crimp on here. Oh, you guys are seeing all the real life aboard Yara. But anyways, so this stuff is really good reputation for protecting metal parts. And metal parts that are subject to corrosion, like regular old iron or regular steel. So you wrap this around it, and it's supposed to give it a level of protection. So I've never used it before, but like I said, it has really, really good reviews. So let's get into it and see what we can do. See what it looks like. And it has a reputation around here at the marina too. So not only is it good online, but it's good at the marina. Okay. It is disgusting looking. It stinks. Yeah, we're gonna need to put that in some type of bag that is resealable. Let's see if we can find the edge here. Ugh. Gross. All right, there's the edge right there. Use your gloves. Oh yeah, check it out. Oh, it's a lot thinner than I thought. That's good. It kind of reminds me of duct tape with all the fibers in it, the reinforcing fibers. But anyways, it's impregnated with, I don't know, probably some chemical that's not good for you, because they say wear gloves. But we've got a spot for this already, and let's go check that out. I'll show you guys where I'm gonna put this. All right, remember those cups? That is what we're gonna use this for. So these cups are very much proprietary. Like I couldn't go to McMaster Car or wherever to order this in stainless steel. Plus I don't even think I can get this cup out of here. It's like, it's really, really in there. So even if you did try to replace this with stainless, if you could find it, that connection there is really solid. So, but check it out. So here's our test, right? So definitely mild steel, kind of magnetic, right? So the idea is, because I can't replace it, let's cover it in this. Okay, got these on. So they still can turn. So when I need to fill them with grease, they'll screw on and off. And it's very, very sticky and gross. Like, look at the scissors. Gross. So definitely wear gloves. Definitely be prepared to do a little bit of cleanup, and then definitely find a better storage situation than the bag it comes in. But that gives you good peace of mind that, you know, when this gets wet salt air or water, because it drips sometimes, that'll protect it. So yeah, pretty cool. A few years time, we'll give it a check-in to give you an update, see how it goes. But I'm happy with that now. So this project is basically done. The only thing I want to do is undo these and then rotate this up so it's more vertical like this one, so they stay off of each other. And then I might find some way to mount these to the side of the hole or to this shelf here so they don't rattle around and bump into each other all the time and chafe, to keep them like a little bit separated. So yeah, we'll think on that. But so far that looks really, really good. I'm gonna get myself cleaned up and out of here to go to dinner. And Devin's gonna make a really nice dinner for us. Yeah, it's really nice just to pop down here after work and do a few projects over a couple hours, and then pop home and have a nice shower and nice, you know, snuggle the dog and the cat. Well, the cat, right? But it's, yeah, pretty cool, peaceful, and progress. Pretty nice. So with those two little things out of the way today, we can definitely say we made the boat just a little bit better today. That was a lot of work coming here after a full day of work, like the day job, and then doing a few hours afterwards. Like, it ain't easy, but it's a lot of fun, and it's a yacht of love. See you guys. And we're back. Great schedule this week. I've been here twice this week, so that's fantastic. Tuesdays and Thursdays after work are doing great. But let's show you what we're going to get into. So tonight we're going to mount our sheave assembly here using our new hardware. You guys know how I love me some nice new hardware. So let's get into that. I mean, for me, I love it, and we'll talk about some of the differences between the old hardware and the new hardware. And then let's go pop it on. Should be our epoxy should all be set up. It was a beautiful day, almost 60 degrees here today in February. Sunny, so yeah, it's plenty warm in the boat. So back there in the cockpit, it's going to be a little bit cooler out there, but in the lazarette, but certainly warm enough. And let's see, it's had about 48 hours to cure, so the epoxy should be nice and set up for us to get this sheave mounted and assembly mounted. But yeah, before we do that, let's take a look at our beautiful hardware. Okay. Old and gross. New and shiny over here too. All right, so I ordered 3/8 by 16 thread count, and I ordered them a little bit longer. Check it out. So you see that the new one's a little bit longer than the old one. I did that on purpose because with the new one, we're gonna do washers on both sides. I'm gonna do a washer up here and then a washer for our nut. And the nut slightly thicker. Plus I got nylon lock nuts so that it won't rattle off. So this one didn't have any type of lock washer or the old hardware. No lock washer and no nylock nut with the nylon insert. So you want a lot of meat on your nylon there. Like you really want to have your bolt head sticking up through the nylon to make sure you got a nice, tight, secure connection. So that plus the extra washer here, I got these just a little bit longer. So yeah, obviously 316 stainless steel, 316 stainless steel. Yeah, I love me some nice shiny new hardware. So let's go ahead and get that installed. Yeah, let's do it. I'll take you guys back there. It's really, really tight to film in there. But it's going to be a nice, satisfying end to this project so we can see it actually finished and installed. Let's go do that. I'm in the hole. I got all my stuff down here and you guys, and it's not easy. Look at, that's what I have to come through. It's that tiny little thing. The lacerate on the other side is a little bit bigger because it doesn't have this propane locker right here. But yeah, let's take a look at what we've been working on. So there's our holes. And those 4 holes are for the base of our sheave assembly here. And our new hardware gets bolted through that. And that's what I had epoxied on the inside. And of course sanded and cleaned and tested the wood and the fiberglass layup to make sure it was all okay. Really don't need to worry about too much on that discoloration there. It has nothing to do with the wood. It's just the old hardware had failed or rusted and drip down rusty juice to stain that part of the fiberglass. So that, yeah, and the inner wood core is fine. So let's go ahead and contort ourselves to be able to mount up our sheave assembly. Wish me luck. I'll check in with you guys here as we move along. And if I'm stuck, call for help. Although this video is probably going to be out way later than when I need your help. So if you haven't heard from me, you know what happened. Just kidding. I'll be able to get out, I hope. All right. So first things first, let's do a little test fit. Because you know how I was telling you guys that I ordered the hardware a little longer on purpose. Well, let's make sure it's not too long, because that would be bad. So let's give this a test fit. Uh-oh. I think our epoxy narrowed our hole a little too much. Sure did. All right. Won't be able to get that through. So let's get a drill bit in the drill. Oh, boat work. Okay, here we are. Got our drill. So that is to drill out our holes that even with gentle epoxy got too small. Check it out. So this is a pretty neat setup. I think I've showed it to you a few times, but it's just so useful. So it's a drill from Milwaukee. It has interchangeable heads. It comes with 4 different heads. And one of these heads is this right angle. So this is a regular drill chuck that's also a head. So it could go like that, or it could be attached to the right angle here. And I find it really useful for these types of situations, because then I can just come in here and kind of line things up for how we could best drill those holes. So something like that, or the other way, whatever. Yeah, something like this. So anyway, I'll mess around with how this thing can drill out these holes, and then we'll pray that when we drill, we don't actually drill out any wood. That's my biggest fear, because I didn't actually design this project to be a drill-fail drill. I really just wanted to coat the inside of those holes. So yeah, we shall see. All right, got those holes drilled out, and I punched a piece of hardware through, and it's fine. Let's see if you can see that. We hit a little bit of wood, but it's fine. I mean, a little bit of wood isn't gonna bother me. So I'll tell you what I did. One, I took my drill bit and I tried to drill and like make the hole bigger on the top of the hole, on every single hole. So even if water like does run down, it'll pool in the bottom of the hole if it happens to get in there. And then we have if the top of the hole, the water's gonna find its way to gravity. So what I'm trying to say is, if I nicked wood a little bit, it's at the top of the hole, so the water's gonna run down and away from that point. So yeah, and then you gotta kind of ask yourself, like, is what I'm doing with that epoxy any better than how I found it from the factory 40 years ago? It still is better, but the factory didn't use epoxy at all, and this has been neglected basically for 40 years, and it's not rotten. So by us adding a little more epoxy, and then the new hardware and all the new things that we're doing, heck, it's gonna last another 40 years or longer. So yeah, let's go ahead and finally get this thing mounted up. Could it be? Let's go ahead and get it mounted up. Okay, so I'm pretty sure, actually I know this is bronze, this whole metal here. So our familiar friend, marine grade anti-seize. So it protects marine parts. You can't really see it. Here you go. Marine parts from corrosion and seizure. So we're gonna put a little anti-seize because of the different metals. When I took this off, the bronze and the stainless played really, really nice together. Like there wasn't like any like galvanic corrosion between the two. And I think that's kind of what you would expect from stainless and bronze. But you know what? This is our forever boat. So we're gonna dirty up our nice, clean. What was that? That didn't sound good. I think I dropped something under the seat that I'm sitting on. Anyway, so we're gonna gunk up our nice new pretty bead blasted bronze here with some of this marine grade anti-seize, just because of the dissimilar metals. Gross. The stuff is messy, it gets everywhere. Now we'll pop in our stainless like that, with the washer on there like that, and this one goes over here like that, and then this one goes right there like that. Cool. So now the next thing we're gonna do is I decided we're gonna butyl it. We're gonna butyl the holes, because you know we were talking about the moisture, and I had to drill them out, and we got the wood exposed a little bit on the top. So I thought, why don't we just butyl it? Extra peace of mind there. So yeah, it'll be good. Once I get that done, I will do a check-in. I think I'm gonna do it right on these screws that are hanging down, even though they're really dirty with the anti-seize. Ugh, that's all right. Figure it out. Okay, so here's our mid-install update. So you can see we got this one back here is on. This one's in the process of getting on. And what I'm doing is, so we butyled under all of the little feet back there. So there's butyl through this side of the hole. And now I'm butyling this side of the hole. But what I've noticed is butyl does not like to stick when there's that anti-seize on there. It really just kind of, it's not falling apart, it just doesn't create a nice circle. So kind of fighting with that, but that's no big deal. And yeah, so we've got anti-seize, we've got butyl, we've got most of the hole is epoxied. So we are cruising right along. The one thing I noticed is the angle of this, it's odd for how it needs to line up here. It's probably hard to see on camera, but this is like going like this, and this is more like vertical. And I checked the pictures in the past video, and that's how it goes. So I am not too sure about that. I'll have to study up on it some more, because the cable runs back this way, and then it has to go up to this thing, and these aren't in a logical plane or a straight plane. So I don't know. I'm sure it's fine, and I'll figure it out. It just looks a little bit odd, and it will be easy to take it apart, you know, the mess aside with the anti-seize and the butyl. I'd have to rebutyl everything to get it back installed, but it wouldn't be too hard to pull that out and kind of switch it around. But I honestly think it's in right based on the original pictures and video that I took. So I'm not going to be too worried about it right now. And yeah, so let's just get this thing mounted back up so we can call it done, air quotes done, until I can like figure out that it's actually at the right angle in the right place for the cable to run to the quadrant here. So yeah, there's a bit of an update. We'll check in again when I got it fully installed. There it is. It's in. How nice that spins. It's nice and secure, like that's not going anywhere. So again, we got our butyl, we got our NICs, and now what I'm gonna do is just coat it with a little film. See this yellowing over here? It might be hard to see it on camera, but right in that area, there's like some yellow film. That is this. So we talked about this before. It's good stuff. It's made from sheep's wool, and we'll just apply a light coat to this to keep it nice and shiny looking. Well, eventually it'll be you know how bronze turns green and stuff like that. So eventually it'll be you know, a greenish bronze color. But at least with this stuff, it'll give it a little more protection from the moisture and from the either if it's dripping or from moisture in the air. This stuff will take care of that for a while. Like this has been on there for a number of months and it's still coated pretty good. So good stuff, recommend it. And yeah, I think we are done with that that mounting of that sheave there. So yeah, I think overall it was a really, really good day. And you know, like it's a lot of work, just a lot of uncomfortable work in this specific spot of the boat. But it's also a yacht of love. And we can confidently say that the boat is just a little bit better today. See you guys.